Hi, this is Adam from RealEye, and I wanted to tell you a bit more about our recent update in RealEye version number 12 and the ability to run tests on website mockups. And mockups can be created either from videos or images, and they can be kind of like they can imitate the production environment of a live website on desktops, tablets, or smartphones. So let me just show you how to run a study like this. So as you can see, there is a new button here, website mockup. Basically, it allows you creating a study that is made out of images and videos, and then you'll be able to connect them within the hotspots, so-called active areas, but one by one. So let me just guide you through the study setup first. So first of all, there's an option to choose which devices you would like to enable data collection for within this study. And then you have to define the maximum study limit. So the mockup study can be finished after desired amount of time. In this case, let's say after 2.5 minutes. Or after clicking a special hotspot, special trigger, which is called finish test. There's one more additional option here, highlight mockup hotspots after a click. I'm going to enable it to show you what it does. It's not necessarily you don't need to use it for your projects, but that's why this is an option. But it's pretty powerful in case your mockup is rather complicated. Okay, optional intro message. Hello, please register in RealEye. Okay. And message after the test is going to be empty. So step 2 is, as usual, adding content. So let me add some mockup pages of RealEye. So a home page, let's say a pricing page, and registration page. So our mockup is going to be created out of 4 different elements. And again, an element could also be a long scrollable and clickable video. I'm thinking whether to add it. No, I'm going to show it to you later on the study that I have already created previously. Because the transcoding of the video lasts like 30 seconds, so I'm not going to waste too much time of the video. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm reorganizing all the images, all the stimuli, all the mockup pages, and the important thing here is to add the hotspots. So this is a very simple mockup. It's just made out of 4 different websites, but I can create the entire clickable experience by selecting several areas and guiding, telling the system where should panelists be redirected after clicking selected area. So I'm just going to map several items, several buttons. So let's say that this one is going to take us to the register 1 page. This one is going to take us to the register page. Also, let's say this CTA at the bottom is also going to take us to the register-1 page. Okay, you can imagine that you can have lots of triggers like this linking up to every single subpage of the tested website. In this case, let's make a logo type heading back to the home page. Again, this one is going to be to the registration. And let's say that any of these is going to take me to the registration as well. Now this is our, let's say, first step of registration. So after clicking this one, we're going to be guided to the second step. This is going to take us home. And the last one is going to have this special trigger, which is called link to finish test. So after clicking this specific element, the test will finish, no matter if the 2.5 minutes have passed or not. Okay, so the study is rather ready. There's one more option here that we can set up a follow-up survey. So after the mockup experience, we can display a few questions. Let me just choose the 1 to 5 rating scale and ask panelists how easy it was to register in RealEye and require the answer. And one more question. Have you ever visited realeye.io page before, just to know whether that was their first interaction or not. Okay, so the study feels ready. So I could either run the preview, share the preview link with my collaborators or someone from outside the company. But I'm pretty confident that the study is ready to go. So what I'm going to do is just select the maximum amount of participants who are going to take part in the study. So I'm going to limit the amount of spots to 50 and click run the study. This is step number 3, results. So here the most important thing is the participation link. So this is the one that I'm supposed to share with my panel. In case I've hired a RealEye panelist, then I should just expect my results to pop up here on the participants list. From this point, I can also take a preview of all the tested content. I can already access the heat maps dashboard. Even though there is no results here, I can already map some areas of interest. So let's say that I'm interested on how many panelists have visited the webinar callout, webinar top. This area I start, even though there are obviously not a single results yet, just to give you an idea that I can already work with the areas. Actually, I did a little mistake here, I think, because my area of interest is stored for just 10 seconds. So what I would like to do is to extend it to the maximum study time. And that's the good one. Okay, so I'm going to transfer myself into panelists now. So what I just did, I have copied the participation link and pasted it in the web browser. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all the instructions and take part in the calibration process. So the system is asking me to try to keep my head still and follow the red dot, which I'm going to do right now. So if you have never done our calibration or haven't participated in any of our tests, the calibration is made out of 40 dots, and our system right now is learning how the eyes of the participant are looking whenever he or she is looking at different parts of the screen. And the calibration is made out of 3 different backgrounds, white, gray, and black, and this is because the monitor itself is also a pretty heavy source of light. After this, I'm going to be asked to destroy 4 dots with my eyes. You'll see that my cursor will be in the middle. And if I will be able to do it, it means that I'm calibrated well and I can fast forward to the test itself. Okay, hello, please register in RealEye.io platform. So the test starts. And I'm looking more or less, I'm moving my mouse just to give you the idea of the accuracy in this test. So somewhere here, try for 3. Now I'm going to show you what the highlight active element means. So also, if in case someone floats away too much with his or her head, then we are going to ask the panelist to go back to the previous position within this pop-up. So if I click something that is not mapped, and if this checkbox was checked, then all the areas which are active are going to highlight. So this means I can click them. So let's just click pricing. And again, it feels like on the normal website. So I'm just browsing. Maybe I'll purchase something, maybe not. Maybe I'll register first. I can go back to the homepage again, take second thoughts. But let's say that I'm ready to make the purchase. So I'm just signing up. How easy it was to register in RealEye. For me, it was very easy because I have visited this website before. A little short survey about my demographics. This can be optionally turned off, and it's ready. So once I refresh this page, my results are going to be here. So my results were graded as good. We can take a look on why not perfect. Apparently, the eye tracking data was only for 88% of the time. And this is purely because I floated away with my head for just a brief amount of time. So it is lowering the grade of the panelists. Anywhere, everything else seems fine. This is my test flow. These are my survey answers. And what I can do from this moment, I can either hit recording and see my individual recording, including also my facial analysis and the attention analysis. Just to give you an idea of what attention for us is the K coefficient. So basically, this is a distribution of attention between the focal and the ambient type of attention that allows us to see whether someone was actually focused on the thing that he or she was looking at, or they were not focused at all. Okay, so instead of looking at the individual recording, which is great, and that would also work for the live website tests, we have some more information here. And by saying this, I mean that we can also do the tests in the aggregated way, which is pretty amazing. I've just created today early on an Amazon.com mockup test, and invited 10 panelists from a panel provider. So we will be able to see here not only the individual recordings of the panelists, very similar to what I have just presented to you a moment ago. So this is the individual analysis, but we will be also see the aggregations, and this is super powerful because if you were familiar with testing live websites at our platform, the aggregation was not could not be done. This is because every single panelist was visiting a page with, let's say, different environment. Even though the Amazon search results could be different themselves, the language versions could be also, there could be differences in the language preferences and so on. But since the tests are held in the same content, which is images as mockups, we will be able to see the aggregations here. So with the power of aggregation, we can discover some amazing things. So again, this is 16 tests right now we're looking at. So 16 interactions of with the search results website. And we can see the task here was to choose one of these 3 top results for the drill driver kit. So we can see that the first one, let's say, got 1.08 second average time to first fixation and was seen by 81% of panelists. There were also 6 clicks on this within this area. We can see clicks here. The second one was seen after 2.5 seconds. So this is a pretty huge difference, that it was visited with the eyes after twice as much time and just got 1 click, with the average time to first click was 5.2. And the third one was visited after around 3.1 seconds and was only seen by 50% of the panelists. So this is like very, very easy, very helpful insight of viewing order on Amazon results page. Again, that was just on a test was performed on 10 panelists, and there were just 16 interactions with this page. So I would probably fill a bit more panelists to make some conclusions out of the study. But anyway, the aggregations are here and the aggregations are ready to go. Also, you'll be able to get the aggregation analysis for the survey questions. In this case, there was the matrix choice question of how important was a specific element for the purchase decision, whether it was a price, it was rather important, a brand, not rather between very important and rather not important, promotion, so basically the discount, neutral, and the power of the device. So that's how let's say powerful the mockup study is. One last thing, I've mentioned previously that there is an option to create a mockup studies on videos. So let me just jump quickly to a study that is created from a video file. So this one, the second one, even though it doesn't seem like, this is a long video. In case you have some moving elements in your mockup, or you're willing to test some advertisements in your mockup, then there's an option to upload a video and do the same thing. So map all the active areas directly on the video mockup, and it's going to behave exactly the same as an image. So the panelists would be able to scroll through the entire page as usual. So I don't know if these results are valid or they were performed with the lower calibration. feels like they're fine. So what you're going to see in a moment is sorry, is the interaction with a video instead of an image. So that's, again, this is the image version, and after clicking something, yeah, that's the video. As you can see, there is a moving element that is capturing the attention of the viewer, and it feels like, again, a normal website. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and that I give you some idea on how to use the mockup tests. In case you would like to learn more, or you'd like to create your first mockup study and see how it works, then please feel free to reach me out, or just use the chat on the bottom right page. So have a good day. Bye bye.